Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. We are back with our maths video lecture. This is our second video lecture. Last video we have discussed some important tips to improve ourselves in mathematics, and today we are going to start with the very first chapter. As discussed in the last video, we are following the New Get Ahead Mathematics book. According to it, our first chapter is one of the most easiest and one of the most interesting mathematics chapter, and this is a new topic which we are going to discuss. You have not studied in your lower classes, and that topic is sets. Yes, set is a word which we normally use in our daily day-to-day life. Like we use sofa set, we have set of pencils, you have a set of dinner set. So this is the word which we normally use in our daily life. Also in our daily life we often encounter a collection of objects such as pile of books, a bunch of keys, team of players, a school of dolphins. In English we use different terms such as pile, bunch and team to define different collection of objects. Okay, so similarly in mathematics we use term set to describe any collection of well-defined and distinct objects. Set is basically a collection of objects or having something very common, some common properties. Like here some example is given. These are 4 different sets you can see. So first set we have shapes, set of shapes, then we have set of numbers, and then we have set of animals, and then we have set of flowers. So these are 4 different sets. So similarly in mathematics, since we are learning sets in mathematics, we are going to talk about set of different numbers. Yes, and that is what was your last homework which I gave you, to find out and to list down some common number sets. So let us begin with the chapter. So I hope you must have done your homework. Please submit me your last homework, previous homework on the school app. I again repeat, it was to list down the common number sets. We will learn about them in this video as well. So let's first see what is the exact definition of set. Set is defined as collection of clearly defined objects or symbols. A set is a collection of clearly defined objects or symbols. For examples, we have the first example, we have names of days of week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. These are the names of the days of week. So they are totally called a week. Set of days. Then we have set of teacher of your school. We teachers of our school are set of are also a complete set. Then we have set of vowel in English alphabet. All of us know that English vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So this is particularly a set of vowel in English alphabet. So this is a proper definition of the set. You do not need to learn it, you just need to understand it. That set of things are called set if they are well clearly defined. They should be clearly defined. They should have some common property. They should be having some clear similarities between them. So that is basically called set. Next topic is our element of set. What do you mean by element of a set? Whatever is present inside a set is called an element of set. Okay, for example, let us say that S be a set of vowels. Let S be a set of vowels. Then how do we write it in mathematics? We write it in this way. Yes, if we denote any set, we denote with a capital letter. With any letter we can denote. Here we have selected letter S, and we represent the set with inside the curly brackets, and these are the vowels in the English alphabet. So these are A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels, and S is here the set containing these vowels. We were talking about element of set. Now look at this set and get a complete idea what exactly a set is. Okay, I hope you are getting a complete idea what set is exactly is and how do we write it. A set is represented by any capital letter. The alphabet refers to the letters. This alphabet should be capital. The name of the set should be capital. It is represented as equal to, and then whatever is present inside the set, whatever the set is defined as is present inside the set is written in this way, separated by commas inside the two curly brackets. Okay, now here whatever is presented inside the set, these letters which are vowels present inside the set are called elements of set S. These are called the element of set S. Now this is the definition of element. Objects belonging to set is called elements or member of the set. Whatever is present inside the set, and again I'm repeating, is called element of set or member of set. Okay, like your class 8 is a set, and the students in class 8 are the element of the set. Okay, so I hope the idea for element is understood properly. Element is whatever is present inside the set is called element of the set or member of that set. Okay, now see, in this particular example here, set of vowels, A is present inside the set. Yes, it is present. So since the letter A is an element of set, we write it symbolically. How it is represented? This way it is represented symbolically. We write it as A, and this is a Greek letter. This is called as epsilon, and we what do we say this? We say it belongs to. We read it as A belongs to S. The S over here is coming from a name of the set here, S, and this A is the element present inside the set. So we write it as A. We read it as A belongs to S. Okay, since A is present. But what about the letter which is not present in this set? If we want to represent the letter which is not present inside the set, for example, look over here in this set, we cannot see B anywhere over here. So how do we write or represent B if we want to represent? Then we can write B is not an element of S because B is not present in this set. In this set B is not present, so B is not an element of set, and we write it as B. We write epsilon and we put a slash on it. We cancel it, which means it does not belongs to S. Okay, now moving ahead, there are two basic methods for representing a set. We will compare them and try to learn. The first one is called descriptive method. The second one is called tabular method. Please make sure you understand the previous concept of set and then only move further. If you have any doubt related to the previous concept element of set, please connect with me during the times provided. Okay, now let's come back to the methods of representing set. How do we represent set? There are two different methods. When you see the example, then you will understand clearly. First, we'll define both the sets properly. We will see what are the comparatively we'll study what these methods basically are, and then we'll see the example. When you look at the example, that will be much more clear. Okay, set in descriptive method, set is described in words. We write in words to describe the set. But in tabular method, what do? We list all the elements. Okay. Second, in descriptive method, we do not use curly brackets, but in tabular method, the elements are enclosed in the curly brackets. You will understand this when you will see the example at the end. Now, this is the first example. This is the way in which a descriptive set is written. Method of descriptive method is this way. We write set. A is the set of all positive even integer less than 10. So this is called descriptive method. You just write in words. The set is explained in words. A is a set of all positive even integers. Set basically here we have described the positive even integers. It can be a set of anything. Okay, so we have taken example of positive even integers. Okay, so if we are representing set A, capital letter set A, we are representing is a set of all positive even integers. So in tabular method, same thing is represented as this way. In this way, we write A, we write equal to we use curly brackets, and when we write the numbers which are included in this. So this is basically what 2, 4, 6, 8. These are even integers. These are even integers, positive even integers, and they are less than 10. Even numbers are the numbers which come inside the table of 2, which are included in the table of 2, and since it is less than 8, it should be less than 8. We have written it. We have not written more than 8. Okay, we have included all the numbers which are less than 8. Okay, so this is all for today. Okay, we have one more example where B is the set of natural numbers. We have written one more set according to the descriptive method. This is B is the set of natural numbers, and similarly the natural numbers set B in the tabular method is written in this form. See, B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and since set of natural numbers goes on and there is no end to the natural numbers, we write dot 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 in the end. Okay, the set does not end. It is a infinite set. Okay, this we will learn about the infinite set further in the further classes. I hope this much is clear. Descriptive method, tabular method, a method for representing sets. Fine. So let us discuss some common number set, which was your last video's homework as well. Here it goes. These are example of some of the set which are normally used. First is set of natural numbers. It is represented by the capital letter N. This is the way in which we write in descriptive form. It is written set of natural numbers, and in the next form, which is your tabular method, this one tabular method, it is represented in this way. See, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 natural numbers are the numbers which we normally use in nature. They start from 1 and there is no end to them. That is an infinite set, so we write dot dot in the end. Our next set is the set of whole numbers. Whole number means complete. Only a 0 is added to the natural numbers. 0 is also included since this is a whole set of whole numbers, and similarly it is an infinite set. It ends with dot dot in the end. The third one is set of integers. Integers include negative as well as positive numbers. So these are the set which you not need to memorize, but you should be very familiar with them. Similarly, this is how we represent a rational numbers. Rational numbers are basically fractions. This we will discuss in the further lectures, but this is a particular way of representing the rational numbers. Then again we have one more set of even numbers. As we have discussed, as I told you, even number is the numbers which are included in the table in the multiples of 2, which come inside the tables of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and since there are no limits over here for this even number, set of even numbers, we write dot dot dot. Odd numbers are the numbers which do not come inside the table of 2 except the multiple of 2. The numbers are called as odd numbers. We represented by the capital letter O, and they are written as follows. Okay, here you will see there are no numbers which do not, these are the numbers which do not come inside the table of 2. The last set is a set of prime numbers. Prime numbers are the numbers which can only be divided by themselves. Okay, they cannot be divided by any other number. This is all revision for you. This we have all done in the lower classes. Prime numbers are the numbers which are divided, which can be only divided by themselves. Like see, 2 cannot be divided by any other number but only 2. 3 cannot be divided by any other number but only 3. 5 cannot be divided by any other number. Cannot be completely divided by any other number. By divided I means completely divided by any other number. Completely divided means there should be no remainder. Okay, I hope all this video was very useful. I'll request you to please go through the video again and again and try to understand the concept. Come with doubts, let me know if you do not understand anything. Okay, so that's all for today. Keep on revising before next lecture, which is tomorrow. Revise what we have done in today's class. Okay, till then, thank you very much. Till then, take care and stay safe.